Hey folks, this is Vint with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to play Kingdoms Reborn. So a few of you had asked me to do a Let's Play for Kingdoms Reborn, and I thought I'd go ahead and do it. Now keep in mind this game is still early access, so everything that you're about to see is subject to change. And if I don't see a lot of views on this particular video, then there's a good chance that I won't continue the series. So if you like what you see, share the video around, make sure it gets some views. So we're going to jump into single player, new game, and personally, I like playing as the Shogunate. It's my favorite faction. It has plus 10% luxury production. I also get some unique resources like rice, plum, sushi, ramen, sake, green tea, bonsai, and electronic gadgets. Compared to everybody else, that's a pretty substantial list. I mean, the duchy gets plus 5% research speed and a potato. And at some point, you're going to run out of things to research, which means that your bonus isn't going to do very well. So, yeah, I like things that I can use permanently. Now, the Emirates are all about the trading. Bonus is minus 20% trade fee, minus 70% wood cutting yield, has advanced oil rig. Unique resources, carpet, spice, cactus fruit, and perfume. It has a high difficulty rating here. I typically don't like trading anyway. There's the Norseman, which is more about like living in the cold environment. Plus 20% cold resistance, plus 30% wood cutting yield. Unique resources are honey mead and cheese. But again, that cold resistance is a bit niche. I mean, you don't have to start in a cold area, and if you don't, then you're not going to get this bonus, really. I mean, during the winter, that might help out a little bit, but still, I think it's, again, kind of niche. And then you've got the Latoa. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm assuming the T is silent. I don't know. Minus 10% food consumption. That's good. Times 5 trading post port company cost. That's bad. Corn, agave, tequila, tobacco, and cigar are the unique resources. At some point, maybe I'll try them out. But I love the theme of the Shogunate. Like, I love those pagodas and the Japanese. I love that stuff. It's so aesthetically pleasing to me. So, we're going to do map size medium, difficulty easy. I'm a casual player, whatever. Get over it. Card mode, default, no draw. We'll just do default. AI players, we'll do 1. That'll give us some room to grow without worrying too much about what the AI is doing. And these are my preferred map settings. And the reason I choose it this particular way, I get the most land out of it. Having a very low sea level, that will give me more land to work with. And then having very wet land means I'll have more rainforests and more trees so that I don't run out of like wood for the winter, that kind of thing. There are a couple of dry areas, but mainly near the equator. So let's go ahead and just hit start game and see where it takes us. Again, I have to stress, like, I enjoy coming back to this game. It's a banished-like game, but with a card system. And some people may not like that, but I enjoy playing this a couple of times a year when I can. All right, let's go ahead and pick our starting location. I'm going to zoom out real quick so we can actually take a look at the environment. Now, as I said, there are a couple of dry areas, but as you can see, most of them are like green. My goal when I'm looking at the map is to put myself down and near a couple of different things. One, these like darker riverbeds here, they are very necessary. You're going to need those right from the beginning. They allow for fertile land. That way you can grow medicine right away. I also like to put down near these special resources like cannabis. Once you learn how to do cannabis, that's a nice money maker for you. If you build a trading post, you can sell that. And plus your people like the cannabis too. And then you've got rich soil here. Like, I'm looking over here and this is looking nice. I got some fishing spots here. What else would be nearby? Tulip farming is another like commodity that your people will want to be happy. And then you've got like cocoa farming up north. You've got coal deposits all around. I'm liking this. And this is the only place really that has the hot climate stuff. You've got like these gems here. So like, I'm very tempted. like maybe over here somewhere. Like this will be our main area. We've got water nearby, like this fresh water nearby. We can do some farming down here maybe. I'm kind of liking that. And then we can build a bridge, come over here and start possibly farming on this rich soil over there. There's grape farming there. We can head east and get some raw coffee or some cocoa farming going. Yeah, I mean, other places to consider might be down here, but there's really nothing to the south that interests me. So I'd be working north or east or west, like out of a... I don't like that. I'm up against the wall here. I like it here because I can go southeast, I can go northeast, I can go northwest, I can go west. I can go a number of different ways. Now I could maybe start up here. You know, there's tulip farming there. There's gold, actually. Gold ore up that way. That's something to look at. There's cocoa farming there. Yeah, I think, like, this is okay, but there's a mountain range here that might be hard to get around. I'm not liking that. You will be able to build roads through, like, through mountains at some point. I don't remember the technology, but I'm more inclined to start down here. Now, when you click on a location, it'll tell you it's starting stuffs. Like on the right, it says stone. Make sure that you've got a lot of wood and a lot of stone because you're going to need a lot of it to start up everything. So let's go ahead. Also, you want to look for this disease frequency. Certain land that you unlock will increase your disease risk / trickle rate. So don't start in places with that. These locations here don't have that. They're not jungle. Like, it seems like jungle provinces are where this disease frequency kicks in. So I think this is going to be nice for now. I think we'll start right here. So select starting location. And initial resources, this is all good. I'm just going to leave it as default. And we're going to put down, we'll do something like that. Okay, now, I'm going to unlock this right away so that we've got more room to grow. Plus base income 12.3. So the more provinces that we unlock, it seems like the more tax income we get, but we still need housing. So let's go ahead and get that done right away. Let's go ahead and build. I want to make sure that I'm not encroaching on areas that I want trees to be in. Maybe I'll unlock this down here and make this... Yeah, I'm going to unlock that too. Okay, and then I'll start my housing down this way. So I'm going to do something like this. That might be good. And then we'll get a couple of houses going here. So even though the appeal isn't that great... Sure. So 3 houses there for now. And then we'll go ahead and... something just happened. Choose a starting card. Okay. Well, Rice Breeder allows rice farming within the radius. I'm sure I'll get that at some point anyway, so I'm not going to rush to that. Trading Post. I don't have anything really to trade right now. Investment. +1 income for every 20 gold you own. That's a yes. That's always going to be valuable to me, so I'm going to hit submit on that. I do not need a tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and just assign that real quick. Okay, and again, those particular cards are assigned to your town hall here. All right. Oh, choose a biome bonus. Improved farming or charcoal burning production. So here's the thing. +10 productivity of farms in a forest biome. That's a niche thing. It's not always going to kick in. I like to take things that always kick in. In this case, +30% productivity of charcoal burner will always happen regardless of where I put it. So I'm going to choose that, I think, and hit submit and unpause the game. And I'm going to put this on ×4 speed just to get this moving. And I think we need some resources. I'm going to gather all non-fruit trees. The question is, from where? I'm going to start over here. Again, I like to keep an area full of trees so I can put like a fruit gatherer in there. I put my forestry buildings all together. I put my fruit buildings all together, like all of them adjacent to each other so that they all sort of synergize. And at some point, I'd like to come down here and start fishing. But for now, I want to get these houses so that they have something. Actually, I might want to get the food started sooner rather than later. I only have 50 food, and that's going to go quick. So I'm going to take a look at my cards here. And Fishing Lodge, that's a good start. See, they cost money, and I don't have a whole lot. So I'm going to do the Fishing Lodge. I guess that's good. And you know what? Let's go ahead and unlock that. Money's going to be tight, but I'm going to unlock that and get the fishing thing going right away. We need to get that going. 88% efficiency. This is all like rocks here. Yeah, we'll do that. This is quite far from the town. All right, so we need to fix that. Let's go ahead and build a road. We'll bring it right down here. And we have to put a couple of homes nearby. People like to work and live, you know, or they like to work where they're living. So I'm going to put a couple of houses down, say right here. And then I'm going to put maybe some storage nearby too, because it needs storage. So we'll throw that like right there. Okay. And this is going to take some time. This is going to take a little bit of time. Now, the way the card system works, you can see a timer there. It says 70 seconds. You get some cards every time this timer ticks to 0, and that's what you can use to buy things. Now, it does say 10 gold here. I can get more cards. I can draw cards at the cost of gold, but I'm not going to do that. I think gold is quite limited right now. Do I have enough resources? I have stone. I have wood. You know what? Let's dig out some stone. There's a bunch of stone right there. Let's go ahead and dig some of that out. We'll get that going. And again, non-fruit trees. I want to chop down non-fruit trees. All right. Round timer is almost at 0. Now we have a card to use. Let's go ahead and take a look at these. Now, I want a forester, but I don't have the money for it. Hunting Lodge, I think, would be ideal for food, and then the charcoal burner for winter. So I'm going to buy these two things, but as you can see, I only have 213 gold, so that's all I can afford right now. But I think that's going to be good. We're going to put the charcoal burner. It doesn't like to be next to homes. You can see that unhappy face there and that red outline. So I'm going to put that here, near all the storage. And I'm going to put the hunting lodge. I do see animals roaming about. I'm looking for like a little animal, like cave. I don't know if there is one around here. Maybe I should have looked before buying this thing. I mean, there are animals roaming. So maybe I put it like, maybe like here. And wild animal count. Oh, it says wild animal count's like 10 up here. Yeah. Let's put that. I'm liking that. Now, we'd have to maybe build a bridge across to access these over here, but it'll be in place for later. So I'm thinking like right here ought to do it. All right. And again, maybe a storage nearby. Something like that. I always build a little storage next to production buildings so that they don't have to walk all the way to the main storage area. At some point, you're going to get some warehouses and the like that you don't have to worry about these things anymore, but yeah. Oh, we've unlocked research. Now, we can either go with foreign trade or medicine farming. I'm going to go with medicine farming. I think that's the most important thing. Your people will run out of medicine at some point. It's super important to get that going right away. This is one of those games where if you don't get a good start and you don't like build almost in an efficient way, it's possible to tank your playthrough before you even start. So yeah, food, medicine, and housing. Like that's what you want to prioritize. All right, we're getting these houses down here. I don't want to overwhelm the workers by building a whole bunch of crap, but this is going to be good for now. We have 7 builders right now. The more people we have working in, say, hunting lodges or fishing huts, the less builders and workers there will be. All right, charcoal burner is up and working. So we are going to get some charcoal for the winter. We just need to keep up with our wood supply. All right, houses are going good. Priority button. That's good. Yeah, we want to prioritize houses, I think. Let's get these houses up and running. And food. Like, this is our only source of food aside from the fishing, or the hunting lodge. Is it working? Okay. We finally have a hunting lodge. We have 13 food left. 4 food. No food. You see how quickly you run out of food in this game. Luckily, our fishing lodge is up and working. So I'm hoping that we get some food in quickly. I would really like... Yeah, we need more money for the fruit gatherer. That would have been great, but we don't have any money for it. That's one of the downsides to expanding too quickly, is that you don't have any gold for the important buildings, but I'm hoping that this hunting lodge brings in stuff temporarily. We can increase productivity by buying upgrades. Each of these buildings typically have some kind of set of upgrades that you can do. But I might need this stone, who knows. You know what, for right now, let's go ahead and increase productivity by buying that. And then down here... plus 20% productivity at the cost of 110 wood. That's a lot of wood. Although, I think we can get away with it. How much charcoal do we have for the winter? We've got 28 coal. Okay. It doesn't say how much is going to be consumed. We'll hold off on the upgrade for now. When I see an abundance of wood, maybe I'll go ahead and do that. We've got 90 food, and it looks like, according to the graph here, food production yearly is 131. Food consumption is 167 roughly. So we're kind of okay. We're kind of short there. We're going to want to get a fruit gatherer, I think, up and running. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that. And now I'm going to cancel that. If you have extra cards that you can pick, it'll just automatically give you the next set that you could do. And again, I like to put these together. So I'm going to go ahead and put this right here. And some buildings like that adjacency. This hunting lodge, for example, says plus 30% productivity if there is an adjacent fruit gatherer does not stack. So we put a fruit gatherer nearby, will increase its productivity because that is nearby. So I think that was a good move. And we don't want to chop these trees down. These highlighted blue circles, those are like fruit trees. So we do not want to cut those down. I like to get a forester here and then cut down all non-fruit trees and have them plant fruit trees, and then I don't run out of fruit ever. Like, that's one way to do it. Now, food should be a bit better now. Food productivity is at 231. Okay, so we're on track there. How's housing? Okay, according to this, 17 population, 20 housing space. That's not bad. I like to keep some extra, just because people like to migrate here, and I want to make sure that they've got room. So I'm going to put a couple of houses down here. And I like to clump houses together because there are buildings that buff them and make them happier. So I like to make sure I've got room for them as well. Wandering traders. Do I want to buy anything? I'll take a look, but I doubt it. There's nothing I really want to get rid of because I need all of these things. I'm not using leather right now, but I will need leather at some point. Wood, stone tools. I need stone tools big time. So yeah, I'm at this point, trading just seems pointless. It's a good money maker. If I can get up to cannabis and start farming that, I can sell cannabis and just make a crap ton of money. I mean, that would be ideal. But with these traders, you can only sell so much. You actually have to upgrade your trading posts through research and the buildings themselves. That will allow you to trade more at once in one sitting. So yeah, there's a lot to do in this game. This is one of the reasons why I keep coming back to it. Okay, so I unlocked medicine. And let's go with, like, I want to get pottery at some point. Furniture's okay. That's just via wood. Furniture's made from wood. Sake. It's made from rice. We don't have rice yet, so I'm not going to worry about it. I think rice is unlocked possibly somewhere else. At least I thought it was. All right. Well, we can possibly buy later in the game, way down the line, you can buy seeds and technology at a particular vendor, a building rather. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm gonna go with sheep ranch. I think because it's gonna give me wool and possibly food, like meat, if I remember correctly. So I'll start with that. Then I think maybe like foreign trade pottery, furniture, that kind of thing. All right. Now we've unlocked medicinal herb seeds. I want to get that going as quickly as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and just get that going. Farm. Um, I guess here, because why not? Yeah. 92% fertility in this area. We'll go ahead and do that. I think that's going to be a good move. We'll go ahead and do that. We're going to want some storage nearby. Maybe we'll just expand this. You've reached the maximum number of 3 queued card hands. 3 queued hands were converted to 1 wild card. So once you get 3, it just converts to a wild, which is right here. I actually enjoy doing that because I get to pick what I want. So I don't typically buy cards. I just go right to my wilds as I need to. But now winter is coming. So yeah, we just need to make sure that we've got enough coal to last through the winter. Wood is good, but coal provides 2 times the heat versus wood. So ideally you want to go the coal route with it. Okay. Food is looking good. We're making double what we need. That's good. We may have to start setting some limits so that we don't overload our storages. So, yeah, I'm hunting lodges. Let's go ahead and set a target. We'll do, I guess, 500 meat. We're at 224 right now. I don't want to go too crazy with it. Our fruit gatherer, let's set this to, it's set to 1,000. 1,000's fine. I think 1,000, that's a lot of fruit, but yeah. And then our fishing, let's set that to, we'll do 500. And we can always change that later. We can always change that later. And then what else are we producing right now aside from food? Charcoal. Let's set it, yeah, 1,000 I think is good. I think that's decent there. Medicine, we may end up making too much for our small population in the beginning. So I am going to set a target of about, I want to say 1,000. Right now we've got the good medicine. This is the potent stuff. This is like you can process the raw stuff into like good medicine, which is what this is. But we're making the crappy stuff right now. People will still like consume the crappy stuff, but it won't be as efficient. So I think 1,000 is good for now. We can, again, always change that later. Okay. Not enough workers. Okay. So we've got a shortage. So I think we're going to need more people to move in. And for that, we need to make sure we've got enough homes. 18 out of 28 space. I think that's good enough. So now we have to wait for people to come work for us or want to move into our town. Sometimes we'll get like a message from we'll get a message from random NPCs saying, we don't like Stormheim or whatever the NPC is that you're fighting or whatever. They may hate it there and they want to join us instead. We may get those messages from time to time. And we have to make sure we've got enough room. So I like to make sure I've got like an extra 10 housing space available for them. Plus, also you want to make sure you've got extra room for breeding. And, you know, people will grow old and die in this game, so you want to make sure that your kids here have room to grow and make children of their own. We've got 13 adults and 6 children for a total population of 19 right now. All right, looks like our farm is going strong. Our charcoal burner is doing its thing. We're making that. That's good. All right. Not too shabby. We're closing in on our extra card again. We're going to get a second wild card. I'm curious to see what I could buy. Gatherer, medicine gatherer. I could, but I'm farming for it. Yeah, I'm going to cancel that. 3 immigrants want to join your city. Accept. Okay, so every time you accept immigrants, you can choose between different rewards. It's up to you. I like the productivity myself, especially like if you're running low on food, you can throw a book in one of these buildings and your fishing lodge is now 20% more efficient. I like stuff like that. More just efficiency. If you can do more with less, then I think you're like ahead. There are these side quests in the upper right, something to take a look at. But yeah, otherwise it's a fairly slow game at the moment. There's not much to do. So I'm going to go ahead and put a stop to the video here. And if you guys want to see like a continuation of this, then by all means, just let me know in the comments below. I did get close to a couple of thousand views on my last couple of Kingdom Reborn videos. So it seems to be fairly popular. So if you want to see more, help me get those views. Share the video around, show your friends, whatever it is you got to do, whatever you kids do nowadays. So yeah, stay tuned for part 2, maybe. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.